This is the draft for you. Last week, Todd McShay released his latest mock draft, headlined by Bryce Young to the Colts, who acquired that pick via a projected trade with the Bears, who hold the #1 pick. Then it's C.J. Stroud to the Texans, followed by two of the most polarizing prospects in this draft class, and Will Levis and Anthony Richardson. Key, we start with you as you think about what should happen here. Tell us a team or a contender that could consider moving up in this draft for a quarterback instead of looking for a veteran option in free agency. Who sticks out for you?
Well, I think when you look at all the teams that need quarterbacks, Laura, they can sit and wait, in my opinion, for these guys to fall to them, because I don't think that this is one of the 1985 draft of quarterbacks. This isn't the draft where you look and you say these are can't-miss prospects. And when you talk about the top of the draft in the Indianapolis Colts, and you look at just the Indianapolis Colts history of the type of quarterback that the Irsay family has always wanted, the Mannings, the Lucks, even to the point Phillip Rivers, and you talk about Matt Ryan and Carson Wentz and Jacoby Brissett. I'm talking about size. And size matters in the National Football League. And Bryce Young is a phenomenal player. There's no question about it. If he was a few, just a little bit bigger, he would be this can't miss by far. But I don't want to hurt his money, but if I'm general manager and I'm making a decision, I'm probably not going to take him with the #1 overall pick. And that's not to say he wouldn't be a first-round pick, but I just can't. Too small for my liking. So, Indianapolis, I don't know what they would do at 2. I bet you they would probably go Will Levis, but what do I know, right?
Yeah, we'll find out. I'm told that Mina can't hear right now, so we're going to bring Jeremy back in, and we'll see if we can get Mina. Mina, do you hear me? Let's do it.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, all right. So if you're talking about a team outside the top 5 range, who should move up to get a QB?
Yeah. Well, I should start by saying it sounds like, based on what I could hear, that I'm a little bit higher on these quarterback prospects than Key. Not that any of them are can't miss, but I think there's 4 that are probably likely to go in the top half of the first round because they all do have immense potential. And to that end, when I look at the teams picking after 1 and 2 and even after Indianapolis that I think should really seriously consider trading up for a quarterback, one that comes to mind for me is Carolina. This is a football team that has been basically looking for Band-Aids at the quarterback position for several years now and has made a number of mistakes. It's also a team that doesn't have to win now. It's a team that just hired, I think, a stellar coaching staff. And if I'm their owner, I tell that staff, we are going to give you time to develop a young quarterback, to build your team around him. They've got good young players. I think the offensive line in particular is getting better. So if I were Carolina, I would seriously consider moving up for a quarterback. As far as which quarterback, well, we have a lot of time to discuss that ahead of the draft.
Mina, I don't think any of these teams have to win right now. I mean, when you think about it, they all pretty much got new head coaches in place, and they got time to find somebody. And just because a team, and I learned this a long time ago, just because you think you need a quarterback, you don't have to reach to get one. There's other quarterbacks that are coming down the pipeline. What you have to do is you have to have a plan in place to be competitive until you fix the situation at hand. And so I don't want to see somebody just reach to get a quarterback for the sake of getting quarterbacks, and that's how you get fired in this league.
Yeah, a reminder, if you're thinking about Carolina, and I love that suggestion by Mina, Frank Reich there, you're going to have Josh McCown working with the quarterback, and Reich certainly knows how to develop a young guy. Now, if you are looking for a quarterback and don't want to move up into the top 5 range, spend all that money, there's one other potential first-round QB out there, Jeremy, Anthony Richardson from Florida. What are the GMs around the league saying about him?
Yeah, Laura, I've covered the draft for a little bit now.
Right.
I can't remember a bigger variance league-wide on a feeling about a quarterback than Anthony Richardson. I've talked to multiple teams whose scouting departments have first-round grades and fourth-round grades on the same player. We're talking 4th round. So he's immensely talented. And so that talent should overshadow the fact that he's considered a bit of a prospect, should go somewhere where he can maybe sit a year. But this quote from an NFL executive sticks with me. He's Cam Newton and Justin Fields combined. As far as the ability, he has that.
Yeah, if you're going to say that, then I could see why some team might say, listen, we're going to take that risk and see what happens.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.